What's up, Scrapyard? Hope you guys are doing good today. For today's video, I wanted to give you guys another platinum rank commentary, just to kind of course, give you guys some insight on how you should play around these lobbies. Right now I'm doing a last minute push to Pred. I'm about 1,000 RP away from Pred right now. I told myself I wasn't gonna play rank, but yet here I am playing rank, just trying to pass time, get my mind off things and whatnot. So again, I hope you guys are all doing well today. This is actually a very, very crazy game. It's absolutely insane. You're going to see some crazy IGLing at the end of the game. So get ready for that, but I'll just take you through my mind right now. So we have our teammate across the POI get knocked immediately. I have a lifeline right in front of me, who I almost cracked, but decoy got very weak, and at the same time my teammate died. So there's no reason for me to continue pushing that. At that point, kind of just fall back and then, loot up and then reassess the situation. As I always tell you guys, disengage or re-engage. I open that door, they're all just ratting right there looking at the doorway. I'm not comfortable in that position at all. I don't have the greatest loot, and I'm outnumbered obviously with our teammate down with very bad armor, so I fall back. Again, know when to disengage. I try to teach you guys that all the time. It's something very important, and you guys need to start learning how to disengage properly and to do it in a timely manner. So we get wide swung by that Pathfinder. 165 blew off of him. Now I'm going to get aggressive even though we are down a man. They're down a man now. He's 10 HP. I see the Seer cross right here. Hit him for 100 plus. He's weak. Decoy's getting chowed again. The Seer climbed up. I don't know why. I throw a grenade right there because I'm expecting the lifeline to climb up, which he does. But I didn't mean to have that other thermite there as well. And that's something I struggle with as well when I carry multiple grenades. I throw one grenade thinking it's going to automatically put me back to my gun. But if I have multiple grenades, and I sit there looking like an idiot like I did right there. So I just have to fall back. It's so annoying. I'm so irritated right now, if you were able to hear the audio. But even though I had one knocked, I'm not in a good position to do anything. My teammate was very weak, so even then I had to disengage, even if I didn't really want to. It's unfortunate. But Decoy, I believe, is able to get a thirst right here. He knocked the, I think the Seer slid down all the way over here. Somebody did, I forget. So he was able to get that thirst. Now it's a 2v2, so it wasn't that bad. That actually, saved me some stress right there. I thought we were going to have to do a whole another 3v2. By now our teammate's banners ran out. Unfortunate. He's a good sport, though. He stayed for the rest of the game. I get big shots on that Seer right here. He's going to run away in the wide open with no cover. I get him cracked. I get him knocked on the last bullet. And then it's a 2v1. I play slow. I let Decoy push while I heal up. No need to force myself to push up, because I don't know if there's going to be a third party nearby. So I play safe, heal up, and then re-engage. And that's an easy fight right there. That's how you guys should start playing fights. The most important thing I can teach you guys, regardless of the rank that you're in, is knowing when to disengage. I tell you guys time and time again, so many people that struggle with this game take too long to fall back. Excuse me, I'm famous. They take too long to fall back. Instead of doing that, read the room, look at your surroundings. If you get uncomfortable a bit, fall back. If you're down a man, if you're weak, fall back. If you have bad loot, fall back. They have better armor, fall back, and then re-engage the situation. So right here, we're making our way towards Promenade. Well, we are in Promenade right now, which is oftentimes chaotic as hell. So again, if you want to avoid areas that get overwhelming like this is somewhere you should definitely avoid. Just rotate around it if need be, but it is in the middle of the map, so sometimes you're going to have to be forced to rotate through it. We do see a team up here. Mind you, we are a duo for the rest of the game. We have no chance of having a third for the rest of the game as his banner timed out. So from here, as with every fight we get into, we can't just blatantly push people. We have to wait for that first entry knock. And I got a first entry knock right there, so I'm going to go push. After we get that knock, I have to wait for Decoy because he's a Mirage. He's flat-footed. It takes a while. They res and easy knocks right there on both of our parts. And now we're just looking for the last guy. That's how you have to chop it up when it comes to these 2v3s. Just because you're a duo doesn't mean that you're down for the fight or out of the fight necessarily. Granted, I'm a multi-time Predator in Platinum lobbies, but the same thing exists in Pred lobbies for me. There are many, many times where I duo queue and win a lot of fights as a duo. And the way you win these fights is not to be the aggressor, it's to be on the defense, wait for the window, wait for the enemy to slip up, hopefully capitalize off of that, get a one clip, get a knock of some sort, or get them really weak to the point where they're uncomfortable, and then push from there. But you definitely want to wait. You don't want to be the aggressor as a duo. Right here, we have that Loba very weak. We do see a third party nearby. I'm getting aggressive here, but just to high ground. I'm not going to get off high ground anytime soon. I'm just going to try to do some damage, get some knocks, which I do, so now I vacate that high ground. I have that team to the left of me, but I get a knock here, so I'm going to just get rid of this team real quick. Get another clip right here. I'm shooting missiles this game. Like I said, this is going to be a pretty crazy game for you guys to watch. Get another knock right here. I have that castle in the wide open. He's sitting behind his shield. It runs out. I'm going to just chase him just to get this team out of the fight, knowing damn well I have a third party next to me. So in situations like this, when you have a third party nearby, as you can see, I'm getting scanned already. You have to push through this team. We could have easily just focused the other team and allowed the team that I knocked to get reset, but that sometimes takes too long. So you might as well just push through one team, get rid of them if you already have a knock on that team, and then keep rotating out, creating more distance between you and the third party, and then getting back into a position where you can fight that third party. So I take height right here. I think I'm just going to cover decoy as well, looking for this wherever the hell the third party went. We see them all playing super scared over here. Again, we are multi-time preds and plat lobbies, so we probably will get a little aggressive right here. I can't really remember. Try to get some shots in, but we're going to loot first. Play it slow. Again, there's no need to rush things, especially as a duo. And especially in ranked, this isn't pubs. I'm not trying to drop 20 bombs, not trying to drop 4Ks or any of that. Except I do drop a 4K this game, I believe, or at least really close. I can't remember. But we see this team running away, and like I said, as a duo, you don't necessarily want to get aggressive. You want to be on the defense. But look at this team running away. Any team that runs away from you this much, oftentimes they're showcasing their lack of experience, so to speak. So you kind of want to take advantage of that as well. Good players, extremely good players, aren't just going to keep running. Eventually, they're going to turn and burn. And this team's trying to do that, but they're not doing it too effectively. I go and take this wide angle on the right here because that's what you should be doing as a Loba main. Opening up new angles, making the enemy team uncomfortable, forcing them to keep running away. See this Bloodhound cracked, very weak, but he takes that thing away. I don't have a mag on my Volt to kill him. He's underneath me ratting right here, so I calmed that to my friend. Good old buddy decoy. He's by himself, so we're just going to kill him. The team was actually pretty annoying, and that's mainly because we're just a duo, right? And they just kept running. So we had to make sure that we could at least get one of them knocked. Again, now we could push this 2v2 comfortably so. So now we continue getting aggressive here because now we're on even playing fields. Again, they're still running. And their issue is that they were holding angles on flat ground with not a lot of cover. Decoy gets a huge knock right there. If that makes sense, right? There are plenty of places like that building, that POI, the middle building. They could have just went on height right there and held angles from there, making it very hard to push them. But they kept holding angles on flat ground with not a lot of cover and very awkward places for them. As you can see right here, this is a very technical spam finish that oftentimes happens when teams continue running away from me, like we're playing, I don't know, track and field 2020. I don't get it. But I do get it as well because we're applying the pressure, we're applying the heat, and a lot of people just don't know how to handle and respond to that. So that takes a little spam finishing just to let them know, hey, I hear you, you're understood, but you got to get better. As I finished him, though, I saw the Vantage sniper looking at me the entire time. I'm not going to rush it, but what that does tell me is that there are people nearby. And so you always have to remember that. Pieces of information like that are important. I don't have the greatest loot right now. I have 3 batteries and a decent amount of ammo, so that's perhaps all I need right now. But that tells me that somebody is nearby. So I have to remember that. Just because they're not shooting me, or maybe because I don't see them anymore, I'm taking note. Somebody was just here 2 seconds ago shooting at me. Could they be hiding? Could they be ratting? Could they have ran away? What's going on? So I do my due diligence, and I'm looking at where I got shot from just to see if I can see anything. If that makes sense. Always trying to look at where the enemy team may be. A lot of people get shot, and then that team just disappears, and it's kind of like out of sight, out of mind, and then they run that way, and they get ratted on or something. Or they get, just beat in that fight because they were unprepared for a fight, even though they knew a team was right there. And that's something I have to yell at Decoy a lot, too. I always calm. There's a third party nearby. There's a third party. We can't go down. We have to be aware of that. Just be careful. And sometimes he often forgets, and that's a good player right there that does it at the highest level. So plenty of players do that. Start being more aware of your surroundings and taking notes, mental notes, at where these third parties are coming from, where you're getting shot from. And you shouldn't have that difficult of a time with handling these third parties, or at least getting ratted on at that point. Now, this is where it's going to get super hectic. I hope you guys enjoyed this last 10 minutes or so. 12 squads alive. I have 7 kills, 3 assists, and I think 1 team KP. 27 people up. Round 3 is closing in 1 minute. That's a lot of people. We're down a man. I know this is going to be difficult. We're getting wide swung by this team from behind. I don't know why. It looks like they got pushed off by somebody else and got scared, and they ran right into us. But we get a knock. Again, that's all you have to wait for in these 2v3 situations. Do what you can to get a knock, and then get aggressive. If you lose the 2v2, you lose the 2v2. It's whatever, right? You probably deserve to lose it at that point. But a 3v2 is very difficult to fight. And again, don't aggressively push until you get one knocked. I hit this guy for 125 red. We already knocked one, so I don't know what's going on in Decoy's mind. But he ran away back to where another team was coming from instead of pushing through this team. Big no-no on Decoy's end. I keep trying to tell you guys, be aware where these third parties are coming. We just saw him running away, getting shot at by a different team. We know third party's nearby. And at the same time, now I'm getting fourth party, it seems like, from behind. Decoy's going to die. I can't finish off that last team. Third and fourth party pulls up. It's very typical on this map with this rank system, specifically because of this rank system, not because of the map. And now I'm actually pretty angry. Now I'm stressed because once again, I'm solo in a very difficult situation to be in as a solo. 25 people alive. I'm by myself. In my mind, I know I'm going to lose this game as a solo. I know I am. So I do whatever I can to get Decoy's banner. That's what I'm playing off of right now. I'm waiting for an opening. I see bank smoke right here. I see this guy looting. So that's an easy one clip. And I'm not even worried about fighting this fight. Again, in my mind, I need Decoy's banner if I want to win this game. If I want any chance of winning it. Actually, I think I may probably try to fight this for a little bit. I do have the zipline to take, so I think I just get a look at what's going on, right? I hear them reviving, so there's not much I could do. I'm not going to jump down and ape all 3 of them right there. As the other guy's getting revived, and I see that team shooting me. So again, I think I just took high ground right here just to get a look to see if I could cancel their res. And I know that if not, I go take this zip line to the other building and then gatekeep this team, who's already down bad. The ring's closing in on him. He gets knocked again to ring. The bang is running back to res him. They're going to throw down a heat shield here. I'm not going to push in the ring. I'm just going to sit here and gatekeep and do what I can. And I don't think I was able to kill them here either, which again, I was mad at as well. They just had a decent amount of cover right here with this like staircase or ledge. I wasn't really able to see them, and they moved quickly too. I do think I got Castle re-knocked again. I can't see, or I can't remember, so we'll see. But yeah, you see there was a cover. I didn't have an angle on him, so I wasn't really able to see anything. I get that Castle very weak, but I can't get him knocked. You see the other teammates holding angles. This isn't much of a fight that I can take, so I'm going to loot up. Again, as a Loba main, I'm comfortable in a situation right here because my bracelet can get me to safety in a matter of seconds. So if they all 3 send me like they're about to do right now, I dip out. I screwed my bracelet up though. I needed to get that high ground. So now I have to go all the way over here, and I'm wary of going here because I just got shot from here. So I know, again, taking mental notes, I know there's somebody on this side of the map. Going back to that fight that I was just in though, most of you guys probably would have just ran away, but me as a Loba or you potentially as a movement character, you have the freedom of overstaying your stay a little bit, waiting for them to fully push you while you try to do damage, because you could just brace it out. And for me, I could brace it out over this big-ass wall, and that's going to take a lot of time for this team to try to get past that wall. So again, I just play it like that. So this team is to the left of me. I have another team, as you can see. That was probably the team that was shooting me from the inside of the core. Team to the left and team to the right. 23 people alive. 15 seconds left until the ring comes in. I can't do much except rotate. So that's inevitably what I'm going to do. I'm going to rotate. In situations like this, when you're solo, I promise you, beeline it straight to wherever you want. Pick a place inside circle that you want to get to, whether or not you know if somebody's there. Pick a place you want to go to and get there. Don't look at anybody else. Except I do look at somebody else right here because I get pushed at the same time by another team. So I want to do a little damage. I figured it might have been just a solo. So I pissed on him crazy. But I see that guy push immediately. So I don't overchow. Again, I don't overextend. I know I'm going to get swung on hard right there. I'm in the process of switching my guns. I'm going to get beamed. And as you saw, I did get beamed. But because my reaction time was so good, I'm able to survive, brace it out, get to safety, pop a bat, and then rotate in a circle. Uncontested pretty much. But this team is gonna have to rotate straight towards me because they're still, on zone side. So they're gonna have to come right towards me. I'm not safe where I'm at. I climb over that fence. My mission is to get Decoy res. He literally tells me, I bet you won't res me. I said, I'm already gonna do it. And what do? Big dig it. But then I see a Pathfinder grapple up like a maniac up here. That's okay. I'm gonna res him, get the res up. I see that he's not an immediate threat to me. He's not even looking at me. I don't even think he sees me. But then he hears a res or excuse me, after that res, I know he's going to be ratting there, so then I clip him. I get shot from behind by advantage. You have to respect that first shot, because that second shot's going to get hit for 100. I don't have a lot of heals. So Decoy finally gets res. This is where it gets hectic. This is where I'm IGLing hella, so pay attention. Decoy gets res. I'm safe right here. I pick a safe spot. There's a team in front of me that's fighting another team. This is the safest place because our backside is now covered from that vantage. Tell Decoy grab a weapon and grab armor and push this fight with me now. We're safe from our right side right now, but we need to clear out our backside so that we can rotate more effectively within this next ring. And that means we'll have this whole side of the circle to ourselves. I see a couple trades right now, so it's a 2v2 situation. I'm a duo, so again, I play this perfectly. I purposely knocked the one guy on the team that needed to get knocked. I actually think it was a 3v2, and now it was a 2v2. And then he gets killed, and now it's just a 2v1. Me, Decoy, against this one Catalyst. Decoy's sitting there saying, I'm a loot. No, get rid of this guy for me. He's got his castle ult here. He's got a bunch of knockdowns. I don't have a lot of room to run. Just get him out of the fight. He's like, all right, finally. All right, finally he pushes. I get him killed. I just need a distraction sometimes. Don't loot. Get rid of this threat, and then loot. We have plenty of time. Plus, you play with a Loba, so if you need more loot, I'll put an ult down later. So now we have this entire side to ourselves. This is called clearing out. You just want to clear out your backside, front side, wherever it is to rotate more effectively into the next ring. Clear it out if you can, especially if two teams are fighting. If we were full 3-stack and there was a whole team back here, we would have fought them the same way. But we are a duo, so I don't think I would have chowed a full 3-stack, but thank God somebody else did. And we were able to third-party them and clean out this whole side so you can see our smooth transition into the next ring. We have this team sitting on high ground right here. We have a team to the building on the right that I'm about to look at right now. And then we have a couple other people just playing beneath them as well. Nothing we could do, especially as a duo. So be comfortable. Learn how to coexist in these end games. You don't see many end games like this anymore with this new rank system, but they are fun, and this is where I thrive. We have this whole backside to ourselves. We want to cover as much space as possible in end game situations, and we want to make our presence feel so strong that they think that we're a trio. They don't immediately know that we're a duo. Even good players can't tell who a duo is all the time. You could look at the top right and do the math to see how many players on the lobby and how many players there should be. So 5 squads, there should be 15. There's 3 people missing, so sometimes you could do the math. But if you make your presence felt so strongly and make it look like you're a trio, teams have to respect you, so they're not going to ape that. They're not going to vacate their high ground to come push us. That would be stupid. Then again, I've seen dumber things in my life. I get vantage sniped and charge rifled right there. So instead of running away and getting one tap, I brace it out back to cover so the vantage couldn't shoot me again. So we see that team has a castle up there. I'm just trying to figure out ways to play. We have this whole side, but now we're going to have to find a comfortable spot to push into. So we have this team to the right here. They get bang smoke, so now I have some cover. I'm going to go underneath them. I see a guy on that second floor right there. I'm just trying to find a place to be comfortable in. Decoy gets fried, but I'm telling him to follow me. I'm like, Decoy, come here, because I like this side. We have a smooth transition into this final ring, and there's nobody here, except I was wrong. There's a whole team behind me, no audio. So I brace it away, back to Decoy. I stay underneath this team so they don't have an angle on me, above me while I pop this battery. The other team also doesn't have an angle on me on top of the roof, but I don't like being here because once this circle closes, that team's going to have to jump onto us. Both teams will, and we're going to die there. So I swing on this team. I'm looking for an opening to take this high ground to get a more, a bird's eye view of what's going on. And this high ground right here, based on where the circle's ending, is going to be a really good position to play. So I take this high ground. I see there's nobody up there, so I say, Decoy, run up there. Or I say, there's one guy. Decoy, push this one guy. And we do that. Their teammates were slipping. They're inside the building. I don't know why. They should have all been together. That Wraith chowed us like a dodo bird instead of running back to her team. I get the thirst because I don't want to try to get her. I don't want to allow her to get revived. I pop the bat. I'm looking in front, looking at these guys in the wide open. There's a lot going on. A bang ult. Two other guys there, but they all get wiped. And then Decoy's popping a battery, and he gets pushed up on by his teammates. The Wraith's teammates with zero audio at all. Can you believe that? So I brace it out, do whatever I can. Whether I could play this place or not, I had to brace it out. I'm not thinking strategically at this point. I'm just doing. Like Nike, just do it, bitch. I think that's the slogan. So 2 squads alive. I'm by myself, but I see, again, they're going to have to jump on each other. So I'm just playing the staircase, doing damage from afar, farming them. I see one vantage alive. I have to break that down a little bit. One of them was alive, and it was a 2v1, but I focused the duo instead of killing the solo, so I didn't have to kill 2 people by myself. So again, I kill one guy, leave the second guy on that team alive, and then that second guy on the team alive kills the other guy, and then I kill that guy. perfect execution, excuse me. A lot to learn in this video. This is actually a very long commentary video. You see how intense that last end game was. This is a 4,500 damage game, 15 kills. I went crazy. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys learned something. And as always, I'll see you guys next time.